Fertility Show. You and Your Fertility Show is a total package of fertility information where I bring to you all you need to know about fertility conditions, fertility treatment options, and how you can handle fertility issues without allowing them to take the best parts of you. Today on You and Your Fertility Show, I'll be taking you through one of my fertility posts titled How to Calculate Your Ovulation and Get Pregnant. My name is Dr. Benney Ojo. Come right with me.
We touch, we break, make it seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate. We lie, but we know we can't water what doesn't grow. Give up, let it go. But we fell apart just in time.
So we'll be looking at your fertile window and your most fertile day. You can join me on our fertility blog. Let's go through this together. The phase or the section of your cycle around ovulation is called the fertile window. This is your ovulation day and the 5 days preceding your ovulation day. The most fertile day is the day an egg is released from your ovary. This day is your ovulation day. So the day an egg is released, the very day an egg is released from your ovary is your ovulation day. Your most fertile day is not the same for every woman. This is because the menstrual cycle is also not the same. Most women have a cycle of 28 days, while for some other women it may be 29, 30, 31, or even 32, or even shorter. Therefore, your most fertile day will be very different. Your fertile window and your most fertile day highly depend on your menstrual cycle, which is the first day of your menses to the last day before your next menses begin. To explain this, one can use a baseline of 28 days since most women have a cycle of 28 days. Biologically, you use a baseline of 28 days. So here today we'll be looking at the same baseline, 28 days cycle. This is to say your menses is stable. When you're using a baseline, it's because most women have 28-day cycle. So it means that your menses is stable and is not fluctuating. Then one can say your most fertile day will begin on day 14, counting down your first day of menstruation. If a woman ovulates on day 14 and has unprotected sex, she can conceive on that day or within the following 24 hours. Sperm can survive up to 5 days inside the female reproductive system. This is a fertility fact. Sperm can stay in your reproductive system for up to 5 days. So even if a woman misses her ovulation day and did not have sex on day 14 or 15, it is still possible to become pregnant if she had unprotected sex on days 9, 10, 11, 12, or 13. This is because her fertile window began a few days before ovulation. So let me explain this. Let's drive it home. If, for instance, we're using a baseline of 28 days, and so your ovulation day is expected to occur on day 14. Let's say you have sex on the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The 5 days preceding your ovulation day. And for some reasons, you did not have sex, you did not meet with your husband on day 14, your ovulation day. You still have a good chance to fall pregnant in that particular cycle. So if you have the time to have sex on day 14, yes, good enough. You have a very good chance to fall pregnant in that cycle. But this is explaining that if for any reason you did not have sex on your ovulation day, for a woman that her menses is not fluctuating and she has a 14-day ovulation cycle, so it's saying that you could still fall pregnant in that very particular cycle. So let's move on. Come with me. Now we're looking at ovulation symptoms and signs to observe. So what are the signs you should observe when you are preparing or you are expecting your ovulation day? Let's move on. Before ovulation, estrogen levels increase and soon progesterone levels increase. You can look for signs of increased estrogen levels to know that your body is preparing to ovulate. And you can look for signs of increased progesterone levels to confirm that ovulation occurred. So let's look at the signs of ovulation that you should look out for. 1. Your basal body temperature falls slightly, then rises again. You see, if you are very fertile, for a woman that is very fertile, you will observe that during this period, your basal body temperature will increase slightly. For some women, it will look as if they are falling sick, or they're about to fall sick. And I've heard of some women who even start taking medication during that period because they feel, oh, they want to fall pregnant. No, when you are trying to conceive, it is very good for you to observe your body signs so you know when you are likely ovulating, and that will give you a better chance to utilize that cycle to fall pregnant. So that is number 1. Observe your basal body temperature. Then number 2, your cervical mucus becomes wetter, clearer, with a more slippery vaginal discharge, similar to egg white. So your cervical mucus will become wetter. You have a wetter cervical mucus. These are the signs you should look out for. Then the third sign is your cervix softens and opens up. Then the fourth sign is you may feel a mild cramp in your lower abdomen. Another sign is your vulva or vagina may appear swollen. And this is a very beautiful sign. Another one is your sex drive may increase. You see, for me, God perfected this whole process. You see this increase in sex drive during your fertile window, during your ovulation day. Is God telling you, prompting you to have sex to conceive? So this will just tell you that God has done everything. God has done it all. Because you even put that sign, that increased urge for sex, like, oh, you want to meet with your husband. This is telling you that you are ovulating. It's a natural sign. It's a natural sign. So if you're not having that sign, this is one of the signs that you should look out for. If you're not having that sign in your cycle, it could be that you are not very fertile. Yeah. So this is a basic sign you should look out for during each cycle. So also let's look at conditions that can hinder ovulation. Several factors can prevent a woman from falling pregnant. One of these factors is ovulation disorders. Ovulation disorder means that you ovulate infrequently or you are not ovulating at all. So when you're not ovulating at all, it means you likely have ovulation disorder. Ovulation disorders can be caused by problems with the regulation of reproductive hormones by the hypothalamus or the pituitary gland, or problems with or in the ovary. These problems can be excess physical or emotional stress, being too overweight or too underweight can affect ovulation, sleep disruption. You may have problems also with your FSH levels, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, premature ovarian failure. These are all reproductive hormones and ovarian problems that can disrupt your normal ovulation. So thank you. In our next episode, we're going to be looking at how to calculate ovulation. Bye for now.